Hey folks, how you doing? Paul here with you, looking sharp and looking better. Today was the first day that somebody came up to me and they said, you lost weight. So I know because I lost part of this double chin I had. I know I still got stuff here, but I do know that I lost weight. And today, the back of my heel on my left leg was so sore. And I don't know how I did it, but I had to walk at less than a half of a pace of my regular pace, which is 2.75 an hour. I could only do 8 miles today, and then I did about maybe a half a mile more. That's it. I've only done, at best, 8.5 miles today. So I'm at work, and I'll probably do about another 4 miles. That's probably going to be it today. And then tomorrow I have the day off, so I'm probably going to do mega mileage. It's going to be a 20-mile day. Could be walking from early morning to late. And also, it's supposed to get really cold here, down to 44, which is pretty cold. You're going to need a jacket for that kind of weather. And it's supposed to come in on Sunday morning or Sunday night. I forgot. So tomorrow, I definitely have to get my walking in because it's going to get cold at night. I may not do it. Now, what are we doing here today? Other than admiring my weight loss, we're going to do the news and the markets. It's 6:30, roughly. Well, it's not quite 6:30, but getting there. Let's go ahead and run the markets, and let's see what we got. We're going to check oil and see if it went up, and then we'll get into the rest of the market. It's down. It's flat. It's at $66.31, which is why I'm going to pay $2.61 a gallon tonight when I go home. And it was $2.55 a couple days before that, or a day before that. So everything else is $2.89 a gallon, $2.88 a gallon, et cetera, et cetera. So oil prices immediately affecting gas. All right, I got jam bullion here. Let's check out and see what the metal settled at. Oh my goodness, silver jumped. Silver jumped. It's up $6.36. It's over $85 now. I suspected this. That's why I told my subs or anybody listening, get silver, because even though I got burned, I bought it at $110. It was $110. That's what I paid for it, all in all, including the shipping and everything, because there was a big surcharge, and that's going to start happening again once it starts going like it did before. And when it catches on fire, they charge you a big fee for the buying fee. So get it before they do that again, because it looks like it's going up. Gold is up 116, and it won't go up anymore now. It's going to be weekend. So it's $116 up, 5,120. So gold now up over $5,100. Now, I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. China on the 26th or the 27th is going to shut down all exports of silver. Now, a lot of the silver, something like 60 or 70%, is melted into pure silver. It's refined in China. So I don't know what's going to happen there, because it's going to be really strange, because if they stop refining, the refiners, because of the silver going up so quickly, when it went up to $50, nobody ever thought it would reach $50. And people are turning in their sterling silver, silver dimes, silver brooches or whatever, and now you can't really sell your 90% silver coins or sterling silver 9.25 pure or 80% Canada coins or anything, because they can't refine them. They can't melt them down. There's a backlog now because so many people have turned in silver. So it's a problem. And if China stops it, I really don't know what's going to happen, because the dealers aren't going to be able to buy your silver, except maybe for the pure silver, the 999 pure silver stuff. That's different. So this will eventually correct itself, but it could take years. So not recommended to buy silver dimes or anything like that. Just get 999 silver rounds or silver bars, either 1 or 5 ounce or 10 ounce or 100 ounce, whatever, or kilo, whatever it is. And they're saying now that the reports are going to come in on the 27th, indicating how much silver on these contracts are going for delivery. Because a year or 2, 5 years ago, 10 years, 20 years ago, when people bought silver, they didn't, when they buy it on the COMEX, which is the stock market, they don't take physical delivery. They don't do that. So what they do is they just simply stand by. Sorry for that delay. I had some workers here that they told me were coming, and they certainly did come. So this is glad it wasn't yesterday, because I lost my phone and I risked my job to get my phone back, because somehow I stupidly lost my phone. So tonight I'm going on Temu and I'm buying a shoulder strap, which I laughed at all of the Russians and Ukrainians for wearing a strap that they, put their wallet in and so forth. I don't carry my wallet like that. I don't do that. But I keep losing my phone. I have these episodes. So that is going to stop today. It won't stop today because that's going to take time to come in. But I'm going to get one of those things that go around and then they kind of snap here so that you don't lose it. So that's kind of going to be the thing I got to do. Anyways, let's get on with the news. China's, it's hard to say what China's going to do. It's hard to say. They are supposedly going to stop sending out silver. So I don't know whether that means they're going to take in silver for meltdown and refining, because they do most of it for the world, or if they're not going to do anything. That's going to be the problem. And we will see about that. We'll have to see what happens. Also, as I was telling you before, the contracts, I think they sell 5,000 ounces in a contract, and each contract. And now what they're going to do, they are going to check on the 27th. They have to release a report of how many people that buy these 5,000 ounce contracts are going to demand delivery. And if that keeps going up, it's going to drain the vaults, because I don't know if any of you know this, but every time they sell a piece of silver or a silver contract for 5,000 ounces, there's really not enough ounces of silver to be able to cover and make delivery of all of those ounces. They sell it like 200 or 300 pieces to one, is what I'm told. So if everybody starts demanding it, it's going to start not being able to get their deliveries. So that's supposed to come out on the 27th. And that may be why silver jumped $6, over $6 today. And if that really happens and things get complex with China, look for $15 to $25 moves on silver immediately. That's why I said it may be a good idea to just buy silver right now. Now, I can't tell you, maybe China will say, we changed our mind and we're going to refine all the silver, no problem, and we're going to sell silver to anybody. But right now, 44 companies closely associated with China government are the only ones allowed to sell silver in a large manner outside. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get into the Dow, and then we will get into the NASDAQ. I don't know if I did this before. Sorry, because I got interrupted. Let's see what's happening today. The Dow is up 231 points. It's up almost 0.5%. And the NASDAQ is up 203 points, up almost 1% to 22.88. Okay, so there you have it for that. Now let's go ahead and cover the news. and we'll see if we can find out what is going on these days. Let's see if we can figure it out. Here we go. We're on Drudge right now. And Trump is on there looking rather spooked. Robes rebuke the Don. His tariffs are illegal. President rages. These effing courts. Promises to keep trying. I can destroy the country. Live updates. This is him talking, not me now. 175 billion refunded to nations? Question mark. Some family here stands to make a lot of money on the tariffs. We won't get into it. I'm only going to read it if it's important, that I think that most people will understand and need to know. Noam, that real pretty girl there with ICE, she's trying to get another job, so she must know that they're going to cut her off there, fire her. Homeland, quote unquote, this is in red, confirms ICE agent fatally shot U.S. citizen. Let's have a look at this. It's maybe a new one. By the way, this is what I'm getting. It's not going to be so big, but I'm getting one like that chap has right there. And I used to laugh at the Russians about that when I used to work at that store. But I'm going to have to do it because I'm just tired of it. Like when you have to pay for something, if you have to dig into your pocket, like you don't have pockets or whatever, and you wind up losing your phone, you set it down. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So there's going to always have to have a place on my person where my phone can go. I'm just tired of it. So that will come later. See, like that right there. That's good enough. See that? That's good enough. I don't need anything real big, but I do so much walking now. I got to have it. All right. Let's go back here and try to figure out what's going on. Fake tip line reveals neighbors reporting neighbors. I told you about this. We could get into a civil matter here because when you keep not questioning and in many cases inviting people into the country that are the unwashed masses that have nothing and need everything, expect people that think that they're going along with it. You think they're going along with it and they're going to turncoat. Why? Because they're going to lose their job or they're going to run into financial difficulties and they're going to start resenting this. And it's happening already, folks. Wait till it gets real bad. Wait till silver goes hundreds of dollars and gold goes up to $12,000 or $10,000 or $15,000. We have jerk-off Bitcoin already going to $100,000. So silver and gold can't be too far behind, in my opinion. And then you'll start learning. When you bring people into the country that don't have anything and need everything, you're going to find out what happens. All right? I don't want to get into it because people just give me a hard time about it. Oh, you don't love people. Fuck loving people. What the hell? How are you supposed to take care of them? And everybody, if you ask them that, take a homeless person into your house, they don't want to do it. And they're smart. But you people aren't smart. My subs excluded. 4 journalists detained in Cameroon reporting on Trump's deportations. Kash Patel, the FBI guy, girlfriend picked to sing national anthem before Hegseth address. Well, that sounds like family business. Pope is called servant of Satan. I already told you about that, right? It's right here. It's not me saying it. It says it right here. He's considered a servant of Satan. He wants all these people here. That's what he wants. That's the nice thing to do. How are we going to be able to afford to do it? Right? I love people. I got a great big heart, right? What can I tell you? But how are we going to afford to feed them and clothe them and house them? Give them medical care. We don't even have that. A lot of people, including me, don't even have health care, which is why I walk 15 miles a day. Because I can't stay at this level where you're in blood pressure city, diabetes city, 238 pounds, 250. Can't do that. You can't do that. I'm talking about men. Women, even less. You can get into big problems. All right, let's continue on here and finish this up. GDP, slow sharply. Well, that's easy to fix. Just get a whole bunch of fucking illegal aliens and get up the GDP, right? Right. I'm sure my friend Rudy is going to be very in agreement with that. The more illegals here, the better. They'll raise the GDP. Well, they must not be because it says it slows sharply. Big miss. Biden economy was 24% better. The Fed says that inflation is accelerating being highlighted there to more clearly help you understand that. Those of you who are a little slow, they put accelerating in big letters. Trump release of UFO files, distraction from controversies. I agree. Top secret Air Force jet spotted near Area 51. It's weird because I'm by an airport and these fucking planes go the same way every time. They land coming in from the ocean or vice versa, or they take off right over us or vice versa. And last night, there was a plane that was just running straight at like 300 miles an hour, straight and level. Just, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was going all over the place, going right over where planes take off. So I don't know what that was all about. It was like a Learjet. It wasn't a prop engine. That thing was hauling ass. Okay. Kennedy defends glyphosate order. This is the stuff that they kill weeds with. The problem is every time they do it, it gets a higher and higher concentrate. And they've already had people with the Roundup that work with it. They've already had them collecting a lot of money because they got certain types of cancer. So they can't prove it, but indications are like that, like with smoking to your lungs. FBI to reduce vetting of agent applicants. Could be. It's hard to find bullies. I have a subscriber here named Rudy. He couldn't be more right. I agree with you, Rudy. They're a bunch of fucking, real fucking bullies. I will admit to you that. A lot of the cops are too. You can't teach a cop. How the hell could I teach a cop that he was wrong going out during the 2020 scam, stopping guineas from seeing each other a block or two from where the guineas all live together? How could you teach them that? You couldn't. They were all fucked up and demonically possessed. We hold it against them, but we have to forgive them because they're stupid fucking idiots back there for doing that shit. Something that never been seen before in the history of mankind. Shutting down these worlds and these apocalyptic looking events where entire cities were shut down. And when you talk about cities, when you're talking about China, you're talking about real mega persons there. In some case, hundreds of millions. It's fucking ridiculous. You fucking people. My subscribers excluded. We'll get into it in due time. Rudy, by the way, does not agree with me on that. It's got to make sure you keep up the safety measures. Right. Make sure we tell people they have to wear masks every time they go into a government building. Right. Is brain fog real? Too much time online can affect mine. I couldn't agree more. That's why I do this. Because I have to have a release, Consciousness. Good luck, have fun, don't die, warns about future of mankind. I guess that's AI. Consciousness can connect you to the entire universe, radical theory suggests. Tahoe storm dumped staggering amounts of snow, 111 inches. No shit. No shit. That can get real serious. Yep. Probably very, very high in the elevations there, probably. Snowiest 5-day stretch in over 40 years. Sorry, kids. I've got to get back over here to whatever this is. Sorry, kids. Vacations going child-free. I saw it on the cruise ships. The cruise ships are throwing it in your face that if you want to have whatever kind of sex you're having and you don't want to be pestered by your kids, then you leave the kids with grandma or whatever and you go out and you take one of their cruises. All right? I'm not really in favor of that. But I kind of more or less have the Brady Bunch attitude. Like when they got married and everybody was together, they didn't go fuck. They went and, everybody got together and did something overnight, whatever it was, the parents included, So, I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but it seems like it's very unwholesome to me. Okay, I've seen it here, right here. We got the port here, Port of Miami and Port Everglades here in Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Day 20, sheriff accused of locking FBI-owned detectives out of crucial decision-making in Guthrie kidnapping probe. Folks, I think you're going to see they're putting too much focus on that guy, okay? They're putting too much focus. He's splattered all over the news. Who is he? Who is this person? It's a news person's family, okay? A little too much hype on this. This may be orchestrated. And I think the family probably has something to do with it. That's based on my own knowledge of seeing these shows and so forth. Mystery swirls around possible second suspect. Really. Look at that thing I'm getting. That's going to be so fucking tits. I'm going to be able to keep my cell phone without having to worry about fucking with it. All right, let's finish here. Okay. Europe finding plenty to investigate in Epstein's file as DOJ goes missing in action, or Miami, I don't know which one. As DOJ goes MIA, Pedo Island had special privileges. And Prince Andrew removed from line of succession, biggest humiliation yet. Eric Dane dies age 53 after battle with ALS. I think is that Alzheimer's? I don't know. But that's the guy right there. Young lad. Les Wexner? No, that's not it. Let me get back here. I'm on my company phone. That's not as quick. U.S. strikes on Iran could target individual leaders. Cuba nears collapse. I agree. I feel so sorry for the people of Cuba. You know why? Because they're good people. If you go into the Cuban neighborhoods here in Miami, there's some of the most decent people and decent neighborhoods that you can live in for average people or any kind of people. They're good people. It's too bad. Really. Why can't we just go and fucking take them? Build those big fucking ports in there, get the cruise ships in there, get the people working. This isn't 1958 anymore. Just do it. Who's going to stop us? Russia? You don't want, Rudy? You don't want us owning it? Too bad. At least the people won't be eating fucking bananas every day as the main source of food. Get that plate thing. Look at these other countries like the Bahamas and this and that. They're doing record business. Not Cuba. Still stuck in 1958. I ain't kidding either. It's when Fidel Castro and Che Guevara took it over. And his minions. The search engine for OnlyFans models who look like your crush. I don't care. Fighter jets intercept Russian warplanes near Alaska. Folks. I don't mean to be prejudiced, but Russian people are the most difficult people to get along with that I've had yet. They are incredibly difficult to deal with. They fired me from my job a third time. March, July, and I started in mid-December, and they fired me in late January or early February. That's it. So I called my boss on this job and I said, I'm all yours. And I'm glad I did because he gave me hours for next weekend. I haven't gotten any hours on the weekends for 2 weeks. And that fucking company, that fucking shithole Guardian out of New York, I had to fight to get my money all the time with those fucking cocksuckers. Fucking retards. Yeah, 17 an hour. Try to get your money. Fucking assholes. Stupid shitheads. All right, let's figure this out. Moscow takes Gulag out of Gulag History Museum. Folks, the Russians did some terrible, terrible things to the Ukrainians in World War II. They had specific divisions that virtually their only job was to kill retreating Ukrainians. That's the God's honest truth. If the Ukrainians fell back, they were killed by their Russian comrades. I'm not making that up. It's very well known. U.S. Olympic free skier Hess embraces, quote, loser tag after Trump blast. Your usual there. Okay. He's a good Democrat. The usual. The usual. I'd say the same thing if he was a Republican. But I'd probably say it more if he was a Democrat because he's a fucking retard. City Hall raided by cops and gambling ring probe. Texas mayor arrested. Wild pigs, giant goldfish, bugs that won't die, invaders absolutely everywhere in Canada. You figured it'd be here. All right, that's it. We made it through. All right. 26 minutes and 28 seconds of your life gone forever. Take care, subscribe, be nobody, and I'll see you later. Don't forget to go to my channel. My other channel is Paul and the last name Ponchulo. If you go to that channel, pull it up on YouTube, and that's the channel I'm doing most of my videos on. Bye.